Hey guys, it's Danny here with another investing series. I'm not sure how many of these will continue to keep doing because I've become kind of busy and just lots of life things, just changes and I don't know. I mean, not changes, but just lots of stuff. So, uh, not sure if we're gonna keep doing this, but I figured if I didn't make a video today, there's just gonna be no continuity at all with my video series. Return is 36.37%. Obviously, I mean, I've done, I think good strategy, but obviously been a little bit lucky too. But, at least we've been prepared and been in a position to be lucky. Basically, why I'm saying that there would be no continuity if I didn't make this video is literally everything is going to get called. I thought maybe Zim would get called, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to back off. So Zim is by far my biggest holding, not in this portfolio, but in my all my portfolios. I believe in the taxable section of my portfolios, we're talking about 3,250 shares ish. Um, and then there is a bunch of shares in non-taxable. I think I'm up around 6,000 Zim shares. Is that right? Could that even be possibly right? Um, I don't know. It's a lot. I have a lot in Zim. Um, so yeah, what's going on? Let me take a look, see if I even. Okay, yeah, I've got yeah 3,000, well 2,300 for sale on my non-taxable. But I have even more because it's not all for sale. Most of it is all for sale, just the high limit. If it pops. Well, I guess now that we're all into Zim like that, we're talking, yeah, so I was saying 3,000. Oh no, oh man, we're a lot higher than that. Hmm, taxable must be about probably 3,700 taxable. Yeah, we're over 6,000 shares anyway. It's confusing when you get those sort of numbers. But yeah, I guess we'll go to Zim. Whew, I got in big on Zim, whatever. You only live once, right? May as well have fun. Let's go there. But I think we're gonna make a lot of money on Zim. But it's dicey. It's all dicey. It's not as dicey as you think. I don't think. Let's overview shipping. Shipping, Shanghai Container Index. Let me pull that one up. So shipping has a big lag on capture. As far as I know, full capture from what I can hear is up to 9 months. Now I'm thinking a lot of the capture is before then, but I don't think much of the capture happens, early. So I don't know how long, but essentially the way I understand it, and I think it's very difficult to understand, but I would say realistically, quarter 3 and 4 are pretty much already done for Zim. Um, and now we're kind of dealing with next year. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that's true. So what we're going to see in here is this huge spikes in the index around 3,000. From what I've heard, Zim has a break even of around 1,500, which is way down here. Anything above 2,000 is like printing money. So expectation for me is maybe next 2 quarters is a $6 dividend total, which based on this share price, $6 dividend is pretty substantial. That's more than 30% in 2 quarters. If it's rolling a full year like that, that's something like a 60% dividend payout. So the question is, how long does it keep rolling? And then we have a big potential catalyst, and it could get very strong with the IRL on East Coast. They want to fight automation. They want like twice as much money. No, I'm being a little facetious, but they want a lot of money and fight automation. Um, what they're asking is so much that it's pretty much impossible that the ports can even give that to them. It's a pretty wild ask. I guess they're kind of strong arming it with the election coming up, and they are pretty much betting that that well, what we found out what Biden says he's not going to get in the way of a strike. A strike could spike this index pretty wildly. We could see some pretty wild payouts. Or not, but I mean, for me, if Zim rolling like a 60% dividend off of this share price over the next 4 quarters, paying out 60%, of something like a $12 payout isn't crazy. So that's why I'm holding it, because I think that, over the next year and a half, I'm probably going to get, 75% of my money back in dividends, at least. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe not. But I do have, I'm not sure if you've already seen the slides. Oh no, we're not even on the right one, the slides, but we'll go back to the slides. There's the yield. Sorry if it's a little rush. I want to go out and play basketball. It's my lunch break, but I figured I'd do this because everything's going to get called in this account. I know this is not the big Zim account. We went wild on Zim. My goal obviously is to get $200,000 in taxable accounts at a yield averaging 10%. So we're talking about $20,000 a year just in dividends. A little low on the capital. I'm about 180,000 currently in taxable accounts, and the dividend yield is much lower because I've got cash reserves. I got CDs. I just got like, it's just like this thing is just like. I mean, I don't blame myself for nothing, because kind of, where I was, you have to. I just had a few years where I just couldn't really do much in investing. It just my mind was not in the right place, but now I'm back at it, so it's kind of reorganized everything. Also, Zim is not part. I mean, what's funny because Zim is a great dividend stock, but it's also not entirely what I'm looking for. Being, I think I calculated something like in my taxable, I think I'm like 33% Zim, which is I also don't want that sort of concentration, but I mean it's helping me get there. I want stocks that are kind of paying every single month or every 3 months, and Zim could, go, a year or two without a payment, So I don't mind having Zim, but on the other hand, I don't want it to be that much of a concentration of my portfolio unless my portfolio goes way past 200,000, which it could easily. We'll just see where things go. But I did put a lot of sell strikes for a huge percentage of my portfolio at 24. Or not strikes, there's just a plain sell at 24, because of if the IRL, if that goes crazy, you know if that goes crazy, we could see some FOMA on the stock, I think for sure. We see some FOMA hitting 24. I don't think is crazy by any means, especially, we're already looking probably at 2 good quarters. Frankly, probably the next 3 or 4 quarters are almost guaranteed to be good, I think. Now, how good, and then is how soon is the drop? There are a lot of questions here, but that's where we are on Zim. But yeah, my whole portfolio is literally going to get called. Not entirely, but the Zim's probably still going to be there in this little portfolio that we're working off of. But obviously, my big dog here is $16,850 of PSEC. We took that big call position. Covered. Don't regret it. Although that earnings was extremely surprising. So I did, you know, hurt myself a little bit, but I did not expect the earnings to be so strong. So sort of that short seller report, it wasn't just misleading and wrong, it was completely wrong. You know, they posted such a strong quarter. Like I got it blew up really high. But I don't blame myself. I made the call that, you know, funny I'm saying it's a covered call, but I made the decision that I thought was smart based on what I saw. You know, that the report, that short seller report, whatever, or you know, their or public service, whatever thing it was. I thought it was hogwash. And I think the market has responded that it is hogwash, especially in light of earnings. So you know, that's good, but again, you know, that's what we're talking about. My portfolio, the value is 18,000. I mean, obviously, I've got a lot of margin in here. I got $7,000 in margin here, but I mean, this is of my holdings. That's a lot of my holdings. And then this one is at 15, not likely to be called for Owl. It's business development. Owl's not likely to be called. Hercules jumped quite a lot. My Hercules is going to get called. So, you know, between my Hercules getting called, my PSEC getting called, I thought my Zim was going to get called, but I think people are backing off on that IRL thing. Although I think that, you know, I think I'll survive this call for this week probably. But that's actually a good thing. I made this, I sold this call this week, and then it was like literally like an hour before Biden said he wouldn't get in the way of a strike, to use his governmental powers to, you know, shut down a strike for national interest. And then I was like, this thing jumped like 150 or something, and I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do to myself for $10? But it looks like it's okay. I still that was a very um stupid move. I probably won't do any more calls for that this month because I think, you know, the IRL action, yeah, I think it could take it to 24. I just didn't think anything like that would happen, so I just thought, why not? You know, it's a free $10. I should not be so stupid, you know, more careful. But anyway, whatnot. Live and learn, you know. I'm not as experienced in calls as I am in stock trading, so you know, I've got a lot to learn about thinking about it from that vantage point of my. Especially, I'm also not as used to high volatility stuff, so I don't, you know, I don't invest in stuff that is 18 today and could be 22 in 3 days so much, and then back down in 5 days. You know, the volatility on Zim is, I've never seen anything this volatile as Zim. So anyway, that's that. And so basically, the reason I made this video, and I don't exactly know what my plan is. I do have most of the week off next week. Hopefully it's vacation, so I'm gonna try to do something fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do something fun. I definitely will, but I also probably will do some. Try to figure out what to do with this big ball of cash that this is about to become. So I'm probably just gonna call that. I think that it was probably a pretty quick overview, flyby. Happy with everything. Obviously got a big tax bill coming next year. I think about 6,000 or so. That's just my guess. I don't know. But hey, you know, that means I'm making a lot of money, you know. So, hey, can't complain. All right. So till next time, peeps. Hopefully there is a next time. Hopefully I keep doing this because I enjoy it. I think it clarifies my mind. And probably I'll just continue to try to do it as I can because I think it does clarify my mind talking it out. So, all right, have a good one.